Hi guys, it's a Thursday warm-up today, and just a quick one. So if you've only got 10 minutes, what do you do? What do you do to warm yourself through? So I'm going to start with a little catty chakrasana. Because we feel rushed when we've got only a few minutes, I'm also going to do this little bouncing, which helps my feet to feel a really strong connection to the ground and feel super grounded, which is great. So from here, I'm going to begin by just keeping my legs quite still and doing lovely twists through the spine. This feels great first thing in the morning or after any period of being static in one position, like sitting at your desk, driving, or in my case, a lot of bending over in the garden for weeding and things like that. Once I feel the stiffness or the stuckness from my sides beginning to ease, I can begin to free the legs. And then the twist happens in a different part of the spine, and the pelvis is a little bit more involved. And I might just let my arms fling a little bit more, which helps to provide a little traction across the shoulders. Eases out some of the, sorry, my feet always stick to my mouth. Eases out some of the tension across the shoulders there. My head follows the movement. Yours can too. So the head really stays in the same place. You're not twisting the head any further into the posture, but you can if you want to do that, if your neck would benefit from a little bit of limbering in that way. If I want to waken up the larger muscle groups of the body, I can put a dip of the knees in the center of the movement. It takes a little bit of coordination. And I'm going to take this movement where I've got a little firmness across my buttocks and a little firmness across my belly and turn it into a side sweep. So here, I'm doing a gentle twist through the upper body and reaching the arms from one side to the other, stretching the opposite leg away to get a twist down, to get a length, down my side. Very good. Again, the head is quite neutral. And after evening myself out to both sides, I can begin to make my movement a little smaller, come back to more of a rotation, bring the feet together, try and keep the head centered, the feet centered, and just finish with a few shorter but more pronounced twists which target the upper body a little bit more, the center of the back and the upper body a little bit more. And then allowing my arms just to sway themselves back to steadiness. And I take a moment here, often widening the feet is good because we feel then the stability of our standing posture. Just to let the heart rate settle, the breath settle, and observe the effect of the practice. So you will feel and experience yoga in your own way. But here I feel from my center a great warmth spreading gently out in all directions. It's an awakening of my energy, and it makes me feel really vital and really ready for the next thing. There's a gentle tingling into the limbs as well. And sometimes you get that feeling of headiness where the crown of the head is lifting. You feel a great surge, maybe not a great surge, a gentle surge of upward lifting energy as well. So after that, some lovely shoulder rolls. And as I've said in previous videos, This is where my stiffness tends to be, in the shoulders. Shoulders at the back of the body. The muscles are really strong there. And they definitely need more mobilizing. And go the opposite way as well. Oh, lovely. And I might do this variation with the fingertips onto the shoulders. I find that this is much more gentle for my shoulder joints rather than doing this with a long arm. We talked about levers yesterday, and that's exactly why. So the length of the arm is a much longer lever, so the load on the pivot point of the joint is much larger. So if you bend your arm and just do this with your elbows, it's a softer load for the shoulders to carry and to manipulate in their fullest range of movement. We'll go the opposite way as well. There's quite a lot of science behind the yoga, you know. But there we are. And I like you guys to understand why we do things, why this practice and not something else, why it works and why it doesn't. There we are. So once the shoulders are feeling great, I like to keep the spine wakened up. We tend to operate this sort of 6 movements of the spine, but the spine is more connected than that. The body is more connected than that. So some cohesive movements that move the body in all different directions are quite useful as well. And then I'm going to do a little standing salute because this is what I've got time for. So a standing salute, and it helps me to feel grounded. Don't have to take my feet off the mat. I start in Tadasana. Bringing the hands to Namaste, keeping the chest lifted, the length through the back of the neck. Breathing in as I reach up, separating the hands, and breathing out as I drop the shoulders down. Breathing in and reaching the left hand across the body to the right side without collapsing into the right side of the body. Very firm in the belly. Breathing in back to center. And breathing out to the opposite side. I might have muddled my breaths. It doesn't matter. Just moving with your breath. I'm going to breathe as we move one side and then the other. Very good. I do 2 to each side and then come back to the center, drop my elbows and twist to the right. And reach up in the center to get that feeling of length and drop the elbows and twist to the left. Still really firm in the belly. The feet are active but not gripping the mat. And breathing as we turn. And coming back to the center and opening the chest. So real firmness in the belly, drawing the shoulder blades together, opening the chest, reaching the hands maybe a little bit further back, and then folding forward from the hips, reaching the hands away until the spine naturally curves back towards the legs, and allowing the body to drape with the knees soft. Taking a deep breath in, maybe rolling the shoulder blades together, lengthening the neck. I can do some gentle neck turns or nods here. And after a couple of deep breaths, maybe doing a little undulating. You can hold elbow to elbow here. Do a little sway if that feels good. You might need a few rounds before that feels good. Then I'm going to bend the knees deeply, breathe in and reach the hands forward. So almost like a chair squat, a Utkatasana. Press through the legs, reach all the way up, open the chest and finish back in Namaste. So I'm going to do one sideways for you guys so you can see what happens. So breathing in as we stand tall, firm in the belly, lifting through the crown of the head, breathing out the hands to Namaste. Breathing in, reaching the arms up, separating the hands, drawing the shoulder blades down the back as you exhale. Breathing in, reaching the left hand across the body to the right side of the body. Breathing in back to center. Oh no, breathing out back to center. Breathing in as you reach the right hand across the body. Breathing out. Oh, it doesn't matter. Just breathe. There we are. Breathe in one way. Breathe in the other. Breathe in one way. Breathe in the other. It's really hard to keep track of that while you're talking. So releasing the shoulders down as you take a moment in the center, and then twisting. You can also soften the legs. One of my knees softens as I twist, really firm in the belly, reaching up, and then twisting to the opposite side. Elbows wide to help the shoulder blades come together to open the chest. Breathing back to center and twisting. Breathing back to center and twisting. Breathing back to center. Taking this opportunity to firm the belly again or reach the chest open. And how far back you come depends on your body. So it's not about being a back bend. It's about lengthening the front of your body. So as far as you go to feel a comfortable stretch, not too much. And then folding forward from the hips, reaching the hands forward as you come down into your forward bend. When you get there, you can turn the palms of the hands up, backs of the hands to the floor, keeping the knees nice and soft. You can hold elbow to elbow, whichever of these is comfortable for you. Maybe it's just your fingertips on the floor, but it feels good. You can paddle through the legs a little bit like you would in a downward dog, swaying the hips from side to side and allowing the sway to come up the spine. That's lovely. You can roll the shoulder blades down the back to create length down the sides of the neck and just nod or shake the head, really doing what gently works for you. Maybe my movements are more vigorous or less vigorous than you would like. And then bending the knees quite deeply, preparing the abdominal muscles, breathing in, reaching the hands forward, coming into a chair pose, and then pressing through the legs to stand tall, reaching the body open before you finish in Namaste. So a few rounds like this will give you, as I said, all those 6 movements of the spine. You can add anything you want to it from your forward bend. You can come into warrior poses. You can do a full vinyasa if you like. But this is a really nice way to start the day. And often in class, we start with this and we add something on every round, which is a really nice way to practice. It's a bit like that memory game. So I'm going to leave you here today. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. Just a short practice if you've only got 10 minutes. Lots of love to you guys. Keep going. Keep rocking.